I recently posted a video making a pretty decent talisman with high attack damage and decent attack speed for the high damage Jade Talisman base. As per usual, people chimed in that the crafting technique was less than ideal, which, by the way, I appreciate. I very much do appreciate when people recommend alternate, possibly superior methods for crafting items in POE games. I never try to deliberately post bad information, and I always appreciate better educating myself on crafting tactics. Lucia1618, though, just kind of gave criticism without support. Baki, to his credit, also did not approve of my style, but did subsequently give his own technique when questioned. Alright, I'll tell you so that you can pin this comment to stop people from wasting their currency with your trap guide. After hitting Fizz Fracture, annul the 2 mods, including the fractured one, spam Chaos to tier 1 Flat Fizz, add Suffix with Dextral Exaltation Omen, Perfect Essence of Abrasion, Dextral Crystallization Omen, X-Slam, Dextral Crystallization, and Perfect Haste. X-Slam, he doesn't specify if it's perfect or greater. Dextral Crystallization and Perfect Battle. If you remove Onslaught, you repeat. Last step, Desecrate no Ancient with Amamanu guaranteed. Echo to be save and select attack speed. I read it. I looked into the outcome of his recommendation. Here's a Jade Talisman tier 1 Fizz Fracture, rolling for tier 1 Flat Fizz, right? Force on level of attack skills, force on the Onslaught mod he recommended, which is a good mod, and then guarantee the kind of low attack speed via Amamanu Desecrate. Now, don't get me wrong, this is solid advice for making a decent talisman. It is. But my video was literally titled Crafting a 500 to 1000 Divine Talisman. Double Black Diamond, expensive. I always grade my crafting vids by the North American ski grade system. It costs more to make a more perfect roll. And yes, greater chaosing is the way to go, because target slamming can miss. FYI, I do know how it works. Let's look at a more normal response on that video. You were basically gambling the prefixes. That's true. That's true. I don't understand why you wouldn't get it down to 1 mod, since you're rolling for 1 mod either way. Am I rolling for 1 mod? Not really. I'm rolling for 2 mods. But let's keep going. And then using a Perfect Exalt with a prefix Omen to hope for a hybrid fizz instead of risking re-rolling your Flat Fizz with a Chaos Orb. I get it, but you might hit lightning, you might hit fire, you might hit whatever. You can hit whatever. That's not guaranteeing you're going to hit fizz, man. There was not much crafting going on. I don't know what that meant. But regardless, on the suffixes, you can guarantee +5 to all melee. Yes, Onslaught and attack speed with your Omen of the Liege or Omen of Light as you did it. Correct. You do not need to use an Omen of Dextral Crystallization. Oh, here's the key. You do not need to use an Omen of Dextral Crystallization when adding on the Desecration. You can just use an Omen of Dextral Necromancy with a rib to force it as a suffix. That is true. I looked into it. I was a little bit concerned at the time because I thought, hey, you can add a suffix but possibly remove a prefix. Of course, that's not going to happen because you either have full suffixes and prefixes, in which case if you force on a suffix, you have to remove a suffix, or you have not full, in which case it just adds the suffix and guarantees the suffix. So that was great advice. So that's why I hearted his comment, because it was good advice. Leaving the item with a bad suffix is such a waste of these prefixes. That's not entirely true. I don't think 80 life per enemy killed is really a bad suffix. It may not be ideal, but it's a decent enough suffix. Again, the item did sell for 650 divine. Now again, nothing against Baki. He had a decent tip. He had a decent set of advice. Wasting their currency for a trap guide. Dude, I could make a trap guide like nothing. I've been to Bangkok. I've been with traps in the bedroom. You don't know what traps are, dude. Laughing, crying. You couldn't handle a fucking trap in Bangkok, dude, like I could.